Hi there, this is Admiral Bob from CCMixter, and I'm going to take you through quickly how you can use CCMixter to get the files that you need to make remixes.
This is the CCMixter homepage, which is where you're going to start. To do remixes based on the material you find here, you don't have to have an account. You'll only need an account if you are posting remixes to here, which is a good idea. It's a good place to get in front of the remix community. To find material to remix, there are basically two key tabs up at the top. Samples, which is where you can get sounds, instruments, percussion, and acapellas, where you're going to find spoken word, rap, melody, vocals, songs, original material, singer-songwriters who've posted maybe their vocals and piano or guitar. So let's start by taking a look at the acapellas. Now the list will come up with featured acapellas, which is sort of editorial content that's been sort of selected to be put out front. You'll find a lot of good material here, but I actually like to sort of make my own judgments here. So we're going to switch this to all. And if you want to do something based on material that nobody else has remixed before, you can actually click Hide Remixed Pels. And what that does is removes from the list any material that somebody here has already remixed. So I'm going to take a look at Making the World Go Round by Silkwords, which is a spoken word poem. And to download material, be it acapellas or be it samples, you basically click on the download button and you'll get a popover effect. And to save it in a browser, of course, you can right click and save link as, or option click if you're on a Mac. And the names are sort of automatically generated. I will typically rename the file name to something that is a little more meaningful for what I'm intending to do. So we're going to save this as vocals.mp3. Now if we're going to do a quick remix here, and maybe we'll go that far, then we'll also need some samples. So with the samples, there is a list on obviously the featured tab which describes some key samples that the community is showcasing. But I think the real action is either in the Browse tab, where you can look specifically for instrument types and sounds that you're after. For instance, if we were after bass guitar, we would simply look up bass, and we're going to get, as you can see in brackets here, we're going to get 786 possible samples. And if we go down the list here, we can see that there are a whole pile of samples tagged with the bass. And if you want to hear what these sound like, you can either click on the horn icon, which will bring up a streaming file, or you can do what I like to do, which is I will right-click the item into its own tab and listen to something on the Flash player. This is a short little piece. I've actually got in mind, just to demonstrate this project quickly, something that I saw fairly recently. So we're going to come to the Recent tab, which is the other thing you might be interested in as a remixer, which is to look at the stuff that's been fired into the site lately. And anything that has been uploaded as a sample you'll find here. Now when we click on Download, we're going to find that Alex has uploaded something called Instrumental, which is a version of his remix without the vocals put on top. So I'm going to save that with the file name backing track. So here are the files that I downloaded. I'm going to show you just the most basic kind of remix imaginable. And for those of you who are listening who already do remixes, I'm certainly not showing you anything that you don't already know how to do, but I want to make sure that everybody who's come to the site and interested in the idea knows basically what a remix is. And the remix is where you take pieces of songs, and using these materials, you build a new song that didn't exist before out of the parts of old ones. You might take an a cappella, such as the one we downloaded, take the bass from one part, take the keyboards or piano from another song, take the drums from another song, mix it all together, and end up with something that didn't exist before out of what you found here in the site. So there are a lot of programs that you can use to do this kind of a mashup. There are a lot of professional programs that require fancy equipment, like Pro Tools, and there are even some free and inexpensive programs that you can find on the internet. And it will be these that we use for these videos, just to be all inclusive. So we're going to use a program called Audacity, which is a free open source application. And we're going to bring in the backing track file. So we're going to go Project Import Audio. And we're going to bring in the backing track. I'm going to quiet that down because you can see from the waveforms here it's certainly very loud. So I'm going to back that off to minus 12 dB. And we're going to bring in the vocal. Now in a nutshell, this is Remix.
Making the world go round. We need to discuss how to make the world go round. Man plus woman is a good place to start. Unite, intertwine, get close, and feel fine.
So, that's the most basic kind of remix that you can do. Now I'm going to show you this again in another program. So we brought the same files into another program. This is called Reaper, and it is a program that you can get as shareware that is relatively inexpensive if you decide that you want to go with it. And we're going to show you basically how to take the sounds and change them a little bit. So we have the backing track and we have the vocals, and if you want to do something with the vocals, make them sound roomier, then we can throw an effect like reverb on it, and we're going to give it a big wide reverb in this case.
Making the world go round.
So the speaker sounds like she's in a big room. If we want to do effects like compression, to even out the quiet and loud spots, then we can do that.
Making the world go round. We need to discuss how
So this is the basic idea of a remix. You're taking the sounds that you've found on CCMixter and downloaded and combining them as tracks in an audio editing program. And you can bend the and slice and dice the tracks. You can change the pitch, change the speed. If we want to, we can speed this up in this application by changing the playback rate. So we've made chipmunks out of the song. Double clicking it will bring it back to normal. That's it for this one. And we're going to come back and go in a little more detail some of the things that you need to know how to do with remixes, such as lining up all the parts. We've only taken 2 tracks here, so next time we're going to take some more tracks. And we're going to get them all to start in time with the beat that we're planning on having for the song.